Every real estate expert tells you the same thing. If you're going to own rental property, hold it in an LLC to protect yourself. And you know what? They're right. But here's what almost nobody tells you. If you set this up the wrong way, you can accidentally hand your bank the legal right to demand your entire loan back, the whole balance, all at once. So today, I'm going to show you why an LLC actually protects you, the hidden landmine that catches people who already own rental in their own name, and the one type of loan that lets you do all of this the clean way from day one. Let's get into it. Now, one important note up front. I'm a licensed mortgage broker, not an attorney, not a CPA. So setting up an actual LLC, the legal and tax side, that's a conversation for a real estate attorney or an accountant in your state. What I'm here for is the financing, the loan, and the LLC fit together. And that's the part most people get wrong. This is education, not advice for your situation. So let's start with why everyone pushes the LLC in the first place. It comes down to one word: protection. An LLC, a limited liability company, is basically a separate legal box that owns your rental. You own the box, but the box owns the property. So why does that matter? Imagine a tenant has a bad fall at your rental and they sue. If you own that property in your own personal name, their lawyer can come after everything you've got: your savings, your car, even your home. But if that rental is owned by an LLC, the lawsuit generally stops at the edge of that box. They can go after the LLC and the property inside it, but your personal life, your house, and your savings stay walled off on the other side. That wall is the whole point. It lets you grow a rental business without betting your family's entire financial life on it. And here's a question I get all the time: should you put every rental in one LLC or give each property its own? The simple version is this: if you stack 5 houses inside of one LLC and one tenant at just one of them wins a big lawsuit, all 5 are sitting in the same box, all exposed at once. So a lot of investors give each property or each small group of properties its own separate LLC. So a problem at one can't reach the others. It's more paperwork and a little more cost, and the right answer really depends on your situation, which is exactly what that attorney is for. But that's the basic trade-off to keep in the back of your mind. Okay, so if the LLC is so great, why doesn't everyone just do it? Here's the catch, and it's a big one. The everyday loans most people use, conventional loans backed by Fannie and Freddie Mac, will only lend to you as a person, not your LLC. So a lot of investors do what feels like the obvious workaround. They buy the property in their own name to get that nice loan, and then after closing, they quietly sign the property over into their LLC. And that right there is the landmine. Almost every mortgage has a clause buried in it called the Due-on-Sale clause. It says that if you transfer ownership of the property, the lender has the right to call the loan to demand the full balance immediately, and then the deed your house into the LLC, and that is a transfer. Technically, you just tripped the wire. Now, to be fair, lenders rarely actually do this. For years, it's been basically a sleeping giant. But here's the thing. It is still their legal right. It's sitting right there in your contract. And as interest rates have climbed, lenders have more reason than they used to call an old, cheap loan and make you refinance. So you've built your whole protection plan on top of the landmine, and you're just hoping nobody steps on it. Real quick, if this is already saving you from a mistake, do me a favor and tap like. It honestly helps a small channel like this reach more investors who are about to step on that exact landmine. Okay, here's the fix. So how do the pros avoid the whole problem? They never make the transfer in the first place. Instead of buying in their name and moving it later, they buy the property in the LLC from day one. And the loan that lets you do that is a DSCR loan. Remember, a DSCR loan qualifies on the property's income, not your personal income. And because of that, DSCR lenders are perfectly happy to lend directly to your LLC. So the title goes into the LLC, the loan goes into the LLC at the exact time at closing. There's no transfer after the fact, which means there's nothing to trigger the due-on-sale clause. The landmine just isn't there. You get the protection of the LLC and a clean long-term loan with none of the gambling. This is the right way to do this. Now let me make this real, step by step. First, you set up the LLC before you go shopping with the attorney we talked about. Second, you get the LLC its own tax ID number, and you open a separate business bank account just for the rental. This part matters more than people think. If you start running and renting repairs through your personal checking account, you've blurred the line between you and the box, and a court can actually rip that wall right down. Lawyers call it piercing the vein. Keep the money separate and the wall stays up. Third, you close your DSCR loan in the same name of the LLC. And one honest heads up here, the lender is still going to make you, the human, personally guarantee the loan. So to be clear, the LLC does not let you walk away from the debt if things go bad. What it protects is the other direction. It keeps a tenant's lawsuit or a problem at the property from reaching across into your personal life. That's the protection you're actually buying. And let me be straight with you about the trade-offs, because an LLC isn't free and it isn't magic. Most states charge a fee to set up one, and some charge an annual fee on top of that every year. You'll usually want a separate landlord insurance policy in the LLC's name, and a handful of DSCR lenders will price a loan to an LLC just a hair differently than a loan to a person. None of these are deal breakers, and for the most serious investors, the protection is well worth it. But you should walk in knowing it's a real, ongoing part of running the business, not a magic word you say once and forget about. But what if you already own a rental in your own personal name with a regular loan on it? This is where so many people are stuck right now. Please do not just quietly deed it into the LLC and cross your fingers. That's the exact move that trips up the due-on-sale wire. Instead, you got a cleaner option. You can refinance that property into a DSCR loan that closes in your LLC. Yes, we're talking about a new loan, but we're moving the property into the LLC the legitimate way. The lender who knows the title is going into the LLC and is completely fine with it. No sneaking, no landmine, no crossed fingers. You can finally hold that rental the way you wanted it to in the first place. So let's pull it all together. An LLC protects your personal life by putting a legal wall between you and your rental. The trap is the due on sale clause. If you buy in your own name and then move the property into an LLC later, you can trigger your lender's right to call the whole loan. The clean way around it is a DSCR loan that closes directly in your LLC, so there's no transfer and no landmine. Set up the entire entity the right way with a pro. Keep your accounts separate so the wall holds, and whether you're buying your next rental or fixing one you already own, you can do it protected from day one. That's how you build a rental portfolio that's built to last. And remember, set up the LLC itself with a real attorney or CPA. That part is on them. The financing is on me. If this cleared up something that's been confusing you, do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe. This channel is still small, and every like and subscribe tells YouTube to show these videos to more people who are trying to do this the right way and protect what they're building. It's free, it takes 1 second, and it's the single biggest thing that keeps these coming. I'll see you in the next one.